Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that the war involving Iran has triggered a global energy crisis, warning that the oil supplies moving through the Strait of Hormuz could soon halt if tensions escalate. In a meeting with Russian officials, Putin said his government is ready to resume long-term energy cooperation with Europe if partners are willing, stipulating that Russia needs stability and reliability in return. Hezbollah has said that its fighters clashed with Israeli troops in eastern Lebanon during an Israeli airborne raid overnight, in what would be the second such operation in the area in recent days, as the war between Israel and the Iran-backed group entered a second week. A Hezbollah statement said its fighters confronted the helicopters and the infiltrating forces with appropriate weapons. The Israeli military kept up its airstrikes in the Hezbollah-controlled southern suburbs of Beirut, sending plumes of smoke across the city. It reiterated warnings to its residents to leave and announced it would act against a Hezbollah financial institution, Al-Qard al-Hassan.
Iran's Assembly of Experts has appointed Mojtaba Khamenei as the country's new supreme leader following the death of his father, Ali Khamenei, in recent US and Israeli strikes. The 88-member body confirmed the appointment shortly after midnight in Tehran. The supreme leader holds final authority over Iran's military, judiciary, and key state policies. Mojtaba Khamenei, long seen as a potential successor, maintains close ties with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, which reportedly backed his elevation, despite Iran's tradition against hereditary succession. His appointment comes amid intensifying conflict with the US and Israel. Iran's political and military leadership have publicly pledged allegiance to newly appointed Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei, reinforcing stability during escalating regional tensions. Senior officials, including President Masoud Pezeshkian, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, and top military commanders, expressed support for Khamenei, calling his appointment a new era of dignity and strength for the nation. Influential figures such as Mohammad Bagher Khalibaf and Ali Larijani also endorsed the new leader, highlighting his training under his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, declared readiness to follow Mojtaba Khamenei, signaling strong institutional backing. US President Donald Trump says he is not happy with Iran's appointment of Mojtaba Khamenei as the country's new supreme leader. The Assembly of Experts elected Mojtaba to succeed his father, Ali Khamenei, following his death in recent US and Israeli strikes. Trump has not made a public statement, highlighting US concern over Iran's new leadership amid escalating Middle East tensions.
Meanwhile, President Trump says he has not decided whether to send troops into Iran to secure highly enriched uranium. In an interview, Trump said Washington was nowhere near making that decision, despite reported discussions with Israel. Separately, Trump is reviewing options to curb rising oil prices after the war involving Iran pushed crude above $100 a barrel. According to a report, American officials are discussing a joint release of strategic oil reserves with Group of 7 countries. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has called Iran the center of international terrorism and urged its leadership to end hostilities. Merz said the sooner Iran's leadership and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps halt their actions, the sooner the conflict could end. He added that Israel and the United States would likely continue defending themselves until that happens. France is deploying around a dozen naval vessels to the Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea, and possibly the Strait of Hormuz as tensions rise in the Middle East. President Emmanuel Macron said the deployment, including aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, is meant to support allies and protect maritime security. Macron also warned that an attack on Cyprus would be considered an attack on Europe. On the other hand, Turkey has deployed 6 F-16 Fighting Falcon fighter jets and air defense systems to northern Cyprus, citing regional tensions linked to the war involving Iran. Ankara said the move aims to strengthen the security of the Turkish Cypriot community and warned additional measures could follow. The deployment comes days after a drone strike hit the RAF Akrotiri base on Cyprus, reportedly linked to Hezbollah. Meanwhile, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan issued a warning to Iran after NATO air defences shot down a second Iranian ballistic missile that entered Turkish airspace, saying that wrongdoings must not be repeated. Speaking after a cabinet meeting, Erdogan accused Iran of taking provocative steps and said his country would take further security measures after deploying F-16 Fighting Falcon jets to northern Cyprus. And oil prices have surged over $119 a barrel, hitting levels not seen since mid-2022, as some major producers cut supplies and fears of prolonged shipping disruptions gripped the market due to the expanding US-Israeli war with Iran. Brent crude futures were up $13.02, or 14%, at $105.71 per barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures were up $12.16, or 13%, at $103.06. In a whiplash session, Brent had earlier hit a high of $119.50 a barrel, indicating the biggest ever absolute price jump in a single day, and WTI reached $119.48 a barrel. Before the surge on Monday, Brent had already climbed 28% and WTI 36% over last week. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.